Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to see a new question from array. Okay, and this is a question named check sorted array, which is an easy level question. Right now the questions that we are solving are easy level. Okay, we will be solving few more questions which will be easy, and then we will be moving to medium level questions. Okay, so now let's see the problem statement. The problem that we have been given here is that we will be given an array. Okay, as the question suggests, right, the name is suggesting that we will have to check, right, something, that array is sorted or not, right. So that is only the description given here, that we will be given an array A, and it will contain, okay, n non-negative integers, okay, which means we will be having only positive integers here, and the number of number of elements given in the array is represented as n. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to check if the array is sorted in non-decreasing order or not. Non-decreasing order basically means ascending order. Okay, so we need to check if it is an ascending order or not. Now what we need to do here is our task is to return 1 if the array is sorted. Okay, otherwise we need to return 0. Now we have the n given as 5 and a is 1 2 3 4 5. So what we have to do here is we need to check, okay, we need to compare each element and we need to return 1 if 1 is less than 2. Like, we need to compare all the values, right. So here what we see, that this is true, right, 2 is also less than 3, 3 is also less than 4, and 4 is also less than 5. So we will simply return true as in 1. Okay, so 1 is representing true here and 0 is representing false. Okay, now so here we have an example of the non-decreasing order. Now let's see one more example. Here what is happening, we have 0 0 0 and 1. So this is also a sorted array, right, because although the values are equal, but all the values are equal, but one that is coming, it is larger than the rest of the values, and it is at the end of the array, right. So there is a condition where we are checking equal also. Okay, so it will not, let's say we have an array 1 1 2 2 3. Okay, so this will be considered as a sorted array. Okay, so we will be considering equal also if the value is given in this order. Now let's say we have an if we have an array, let's say 3 8 2 1. Okay, so for this we will be returning 0. So this is how we have to this is what we have to do in this question. Now the expected time complexity that we have been given here is O of n. Okay, so we need to take care that the whatever optimized approach we are having will be of O of n time complexity, which means we will be iterating through the entire array only once. Okay, like only once, in the sense there will not be a nested loop. Okay, now let's see the constraint. So in the constraint we have been told that the number, the n, okay, it denotes the length of the array, right. So it can be starting from 1 and it will be going till 5 into 10 power 6. Okay, so this is the value or the representation that we have gotten for the length of the array, and we have been told that the value of a of I, which means that the array integers, okay, it will be starting from greater than or equals to 0 and it will go till less than or equals to 10 power 9. Okay, we cannot have any negative integers. The value will lie between 0 to 10 power 9. So now this is our problem statement. We have been given an expected time complexity and we have been given the constraint. So what will be the basic brute force approach that you will be thinking? That if we have been given this array, okay, 1 2 3 4 5, so why don't I start from here and compare it with all the numbers, right. Now if 1 is the 1 is less than all of these value, it means that till here my value is sorted, or till here my array is sorted, right. So I have an answer that 1 is sorted. Now we will move here and we will compare 2 with all the values, if 2 is lesser than all the rest of the values or not, right. So what we will do, once we see that all the values are lesser, like all the values are greater than 2, so we have the consideration till now that 1 and 2 are kind of sorted subset, right? So we have 1 and 2. Now we will start from 3, right? Then we will compare this 3 with 4 and 5, and we will check if it is lesser than 4 and 5 or not. It is correct. So now till the from 0 to second index my array is sorted, right? Again what we will do now, we will move to 4, right, the third index, and we will compare it with 5. So I will see that this 4 is lesser than 5, which means that I have the array 1 2 3 4 5, only these elements are there, right? So this till here, if my array is sorted, of course this is the largest element, so the entire value or the entire array is sorted, right? Now let's take one more example. I am taking unsorted array, so let's take 1 2 8 and 3. Okay, now I will start from here. I will compare 1 is lesser than 2, lesser than 8 and lesser than 3. Okay, so my value till now for the 0th index my array is sorted, right, according to this index. Now what we will do, we will start from here. So we will check if this value like 2 is lesser than 8, it is true. 2 is lesser than 3, it is true. So till now from 0 to first index my array is sorted. Now I will come here and I will compare this with this, right? Is my 8 lesser than 3? It is not, right? So what will happen, once I find a value which is not lesser than the upcoming value or the next value, so we will break out of the loop from there only and we will return 0 from there. Okay, so now what we are doing here, we are starting from, let's say I have 0, I is starting from 0, and it will go till less than n minus 1 only, because once if my array is sorted till n minus 2, right, then the last value will already be sorted, and like we saw here, if this value is not correct, so we will get the answer there only, right? So we will be going till less than n minus 1, and our j will start from I plus 1 and it will go till less than n, right? Now what we will do, we will check if ARR of I is lesser than ARR of j, then I will continue, right? Now it can be equal also. Okay, so I will just write equals also here, because we saw a condition, right? 0 0 0 and 1. So in such condition what we will do, we will, if it is less than or equals to, then we will continue, and if it is greater, then what we will do, simply from here only we will return 0. Okay, now let's say I don't have any value which is greater, okay, which I don't have even a single condition where I am going where my value is not right. Okay, so let's say I am having 1 2 3. Okay, so I will start the iteration from here. In all the iteration I will be only going in the if condition, and it will be true every time. So I will not be having even a single else condition. Therefore once I have completed the entire iteration, which means entire value or entire array is sorted, then only we were able to iterate through the entire array. So out of the loop what we will do, we will simply return 1, and we will only come out of the loop directly or after completing the entire iteration only and only if we have the array as sorted. Okay, so this is our brute force approach, right? So what we are doing here, we are taking 2 loops and we are checking each and every condition. So in such condition, like here what we are having 1 loop, and for every n time I am iterating again n times, right? Let's say even n minus 1, but we are kind of iterating n times. So the time complexity that we get here is O of n square, because for every n time if I am iterating n time, so it will become n into n, right? So the time complexity that we have here is O of n square. Now how do we optimize this, right? So let's think about that. So let's take the think about the optimal approach now. What can we do here so that we will get in like optimal approach? And the, as explained right in the question, it was mentioned that we can have only the expected time complexity of O of n, right? So we need to keep in mind that time complexity expected from us is O of n. So now let's see how to do this. I have this array 1 2 3 4 5. So let's say I start from here. Okay, if I compare these both, okay, this 1 is lesser than 2. Okay, let's strike it out. This condition will become true. Again I will compare. This 2 is lesser than 3. Okay, so let's strike this out. This condition is true. Again we will compare these both. This 3 is lesser than 4. This is also true. Now let's only take this part. Okay, so if 1 is lesser than 2 and 2 is lesser than 3, which it will mean that 1 is lesser than 3 also, right? Means if 1 is lesser than 2 and 2 is lesser than 3, it is kind of a chain, right? And if we are removing this 2, this 1 will still be lesser than 3 only, right? So if I am comparing 1 and 2 and 2 is like greater than 1 or 1 is lesser than 2, then if I am moving forward and checking for comparison with 3, then if my previous condition is true, then I can move forward, right? Like let's take one false, like the condition where we will get false. Okay, so let's say I have 2 3 8 4. Now what I will do, I will compare these both. Okay, so 2 is lesser than 3, it is true. Now I will compare this both. So 3 is lesser than 8, it is true. Now I will compare these both. So 8 is lesser than 4, it is false. So if my array is containing a condition where I can get false, then I will get the comparison as, like I will get such condition where my value will become false in one iteration only, right? What I am trying to say here is, now this part of the array is sorted, right? 2 3 8 are in the sorted form, but as soon as I see 4, it becomes unsorted. So for such condition, when my value is comparing only two values, I will get false anyways. If we take one more example, 1 2, let's say 6, then we will have 3 and we will have 4. Okay, let me compare these both. Okay, so if 1 is lesser than 2, okay, it is true. This part of my array is sorted till now. So I will move forward and see if 2 is lesser than 6. It is true. So now if 2 is lesser than 6, it will be like, if 2 is lesser than 6, it means 1 is also lesser than 6. So this part of my array is sorted, right? So I can move forward. So what I will do, I will again compare. If 6 is lesser than 3, here what will happen, I will get a false condition, right? Till here my array was sorted, but I found out a value where the value that I have at the given index, or let's say this is an ith index, it is greater than the I plus 1 index, right? So my condition will become false. I will simply break out of the loop from here only, or I will directly return false from here, or the false which is denoted as 0, I will return 0 from here. Okay, so what I am checking, I will check only two values. Okay, I will compare two values. If I will have a value which is affecting the value, like affecting the array in such a way that it is becoming unsorted, I will find it anyways, because we need to compare two values. So if the array is sorted, all the values will be given as true. If it is unsorted, the value which is making it unsorted, we will find that value anyways. Okay, so now let's see the pseudo code for this. So what we will do, let's say we compare, I will start the iteration from like first index. Okay, so let's start from here. it is your choice. You can start from 0 also, and we will you can compare till n minus 1. Okay, don't keep the iteration till then like n there, because if you will keep it like less than n, then you will get index out of range error. Okay, because if you are comparing I and I plus 1, and when n will you will come across n minus 1, you will compare with n. Okay, now our array that we have, okay, now once you are comparing these both values, so this n will not exist, right? Because the array that we have, it is based on 0th index, and if we are going till less than n, then what will happen? We will be comparing it with a value which is not existing, right? We are going out of the bound of the array, so it will give index out of range error. Now in order to avoid that, if you are starting from 0th index only and you are comparing I and I plus 1, go till less than n minus 1 only. Now we will go we will start the iteration from 1, okay, and we will go till less than n, right? So what I will do, I will check if my array at I minus 1 index is lesser than ARR of I. So in this condition, what I will do, I will simply continue, right? Because my I minus 1 value should be lesser than ARR at I index. But as soon as I find a value, we have to check is equals to also, don't forget that, okay, because equal values are also possible. Now here, if we are finding a condition, as soon as it is becoming greater, we will return 0 from there only. Now once I have completed the iteration in the entire loop, it means that I there is no there is not even a single element which is making the array unsorted. So out of the loop we will simply return 1 for that case. Now if we if the value we are returning 0 from here, so once the function returns a value, after that the whatever rest of the code block is there, it will not it will not execute. Okay, so if we are keeping if this only, and if only in the condition where we are going inside the else block, then only this 0 will be returned, otherwise this condition will not run. Okay, so now let's move on to the code editor. We will see this optimal approach there, and in my GitHub I will upload the brute force approach also, and in that I will mention the comment so that it will be easy for you to understand and you can access that code from there. So now let's move on to the code editor. So let's see the code now. We will start the iteration from first index. And we will go till less than n. I guess there is some bug in the code editor, it is not working properly, but let's move on and see what we have to do. We will check if ARR of I minus 1 is lesser than or equals to ARR of I. Okay, in that condition what we have to do, we will simply continue, right? Otherwise, if we come across a condition where ARR of I minus 1 is greater, so what we will do, we will simply return 0 from there. Actually it is A, so let me change this into A. Now once we have already moved out of the loop and we did not find any value such that it is making the array unsorted, so we will simply return 1 in such case, because the array will be sorted, right? So we will return 1. Now let's run the code. So the sample test cases are passed. Let's try to submit it. So this code has been accepted. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please let me know in the comments, and in case you have any doubts, please let me know in the comments too. I will try to clarify it. And in order to continue with me in this coding journey, please subscribe to my channel. and hit the bell notification so you will be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you for watching.